It's a good Christmas season for the Constitution. That's what I'd like to talk about today. In the last week, there have been two fundamental challenges to this whole NSA policy of eavesdropping on everybody and prying into the intimate affairs of Americans, listening in on their phone conversations, sending in referrals to criminal agencies with evidence that they got illegally, and all kinds of stuff like that. And they're both very, very welcome. One came from the District Court for D.C., which held that the NSA mega data program of tracking every American's phone calls, who they called, when they called, from where to where, violated the Fourth Amendment ban on unreasonable searches and seizures without warrants. It's about time. I mean, if anything obviously violates the Fourth Amendment, it's that. The warrant that they use for this is a general blanket permission by the FISA court to collect the information. And the condition is that they swear, that they won't actually listen to any of these conversations unless they get a warrant from the FISA court, even though there's plenty of evidence that they do listen without warrants. And in any case, the very fact of knowing who's calling who and where and when and how is itself an intrusion into privacy. If you're calling a hospital, or if you're calling the Republican headquarters or the Tea Party, that's a pretty good indication of your political philosophy, and it could lead to targeting. So the U.S. District Court said this is nothing doing. This violates the Fourth Amendment. Now, that strong ruling will, of course, go to the D.C. Circuit and then to the U.S. Supreme Court. But it absolutely sets the Obama administration off on the wrong foot in defending this outrageous policy. We also got a Christmas present from the panel that Barack Obama himself appointed to review the NSA policy and to make recommendations for changes. And boy, did they make recommendations. Obama may have thought this was going to be a whitewash, but it was not. One of the leaders of the panel is Richard Clarke, who first achieved fame by saying Bush was soft-pedaling the war on terror to emphasize the invasion of Iraq. And he's been a strong anti-terror force. And he comes out with a real criticism of the way the NSA does business, and this coming from a hawk. And the main recommendation that they made is that the metadata collection not be done by the government, but it be done by the phone company, and the information could only be turned over to the government pursuant to a warrant by the FISA court. By separating the collection from the analysis function and requiring a warrant to cross the street to pass it over, you really are beginning to get some serious protections. They also recommended that it not be headed, the NSA not be headed, by a military officer, but by a civilian, who presumably would be less in the military chain of command and hopefully more attuned to our constitutional rights. Now, this was a panel gone wild. Obama was hoping, by structuring the panel the way he did, to get a whitewash and a reaffirmation of the administration's NSA policy. Instead, they threw him a real curveball, and it's not clear how Obama's going to respond. Both of these, in terms of the Executive Branch Commission and the U.S. District Court, are great news for the United States Constitution today on Christmas week.